Cool. Hey guys, how are we? Hey
We
Justin.
got hello. How are you? How's Australia?
Good. Not too bad.
It's amazing.
Should we get on to
Let's
doing
do
some
it.
treasure chests?
Yeah, let's look at some treasure chests.
Yeah, awesome amount of entries this week, guys. Again, we're getting close to like what, 20 or something?
Yeah, it
Ridiculous.
seems to be the average these days. We're gonna have to make these longer and longer each time.
All right, let's get into it. So we picked, how many we picked? One, two, three, four, five, six. We picked 7 this week to go through. Um, yeah, hopefully we can give you guys a bit of feedback and then pick our winners. All right, so first one is this one. Can you see that, Justin? Yeah.
Yep.
Wicked. So what did you like about this one?
I just like I like actually I'm a fan of I like the presentation, but I also like the coins and the fact that there's a little simulation attached to this one. So when you if you scroll down or keep on going, I liked really like the whole simulation. I'm guessing that's using Houdini or something. I have to read about it.
Hold on, I'll find it.
He was Houdini
Okay.
to those chests with coins.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. Ooh. Wish I had that much money.
It's pretty rad. No, I like the breakdown of it. Again, the render of the coin is really good. The coins look really cool. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's got a bit of detail in there.
Yeah. The chest, it's not a bad chest. I just, I didn't really feel it. I felt like you missed a good opportunity to go ahead and make it feel like it's been bolted together and pieces kind of overlapping. Right now, it just seems like it's one continuous piece of metal that's wrapped around it. And I feel like it's missing a little bit in terms of how was it constructed. The materials aren't too bad on it. It's just I think it's missing a lot of those details that prevent it from being 100% amazing, because the coins look 100% finished, but then the chest feels like it's 75%. It's missing those little details.
Yeah, it's sort of like they've added all of these beautiful secondary details and stuff. They haven't really thought about their placement. It's sort of just been, I don't know, splattered on everywhere. So it would be really nice if some of this dirt would sort of collate around the edges, maybe not be all over the thing.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe the inside of the chest wouldn't be so dirty as well. But no, nice one. What did you think of the presentation in terms of the background?
I think it was good for what it was. My main focus was on the treasure chest, so it literally was just on there. So it didn't really bother me. For me, it was just I wanted to see more details of the actual I wanted the chest to kind of be a little more finished.
Yeah. Cool. All right, this guy. So this one was from a movie I had not seen. What was it called again?
John Wick. It's amazing.
John Wick. What is it about?
Basically, someone kills Keanu Reeves' puppy that his wife gives him, and then he goes and
oh my god, that sounds like a horrible movie.
It's amazing.
I want to see that.
Yeah, it's good. Trust me, it's Keanu Reeves.
What are these? To be honest,
those are rolls of coins.
Oh, they're coins.
Yeah.
Bullets.
Hello, RX50Z. Yeah, no, they're the rolls of coins. If you watch the movie, it makes complete sense.
Okay.
That's how he pays for himself to get around the world.
Right.
So, I liked it. What's up?
Oh, it's just very many coins. But this is great. I think then this has been represented really quite well then, hey?
Yeah. No, I like it. It was I like there's a nice explanation down at the bottom.
Yeah.
There's breakdowns. I like that, and then obviously pulling from what it looked like. My biggest thing is the texturing is getting there.
Yeah.
There's some chipping on the metal that doesn't make sense to me in some areas, but it is. I'm not. I think the thing is that the wood case itself seems so worn and damaged, but then the foam looks brand new. But I guess in the reference it looks brand new as well. So.
Yeah, it's not. Oh, yeah. I think if you have a look at the reference, it's a lot more varnished, I'd say. Because because this.
I think that's what's missing on it.
Yeah, because it's definitely dirty, but it's just got a level of varnish on it that we're not seeing.
Yeah.
In here. So like I reckon if we got a bit of a shinier speck or even like a coat layer or something on it, I reckon that would really assist in getting that across the line.
Yeah, and I think, you know, some of the metal where it's like dramatically chipped off in some areas, I would ease off on that because I would expect to see wood chipped in the exact same way if it was chipped heavily in some. You know what I mean? Like, why is it only chipped in those areas, not anywhere else?
Yeah, it's almost like it's been painted black and then it's chipped, so I'm not sure what it's meant to be. But no, there's some lovely details in it. Yeah.
Can we have the link? Yeah. Let me. I don't know if we can actually. Can you share a link on there? I'll put it inside of the drill.
The link to.
I think it's to what we're talking about, maybe. I don't know.
Can they?
Is that what you mean? The true coder?
I'm so confused. Can't they see what we're talking about on the stream?
No worries. I put it up there.
Wicked.
But no, I like it.
I'll put this project in there so they can link to the project, maybe. There we go. Hopefully that works. Boom. Okay. Next one was this guy, the Spanish one. So we were really impressed by this one. In terms of presentation, like, yeah, it was presented really nicely. So I think there's definitely a few bits and pieces I can see could need improving, but under this presentation lighting, it responds quite nicely. So like some of this textures, some of the materials to the untrained eye, you wouldn't really think twice about it. I think maybe some of them are a little overcooked, like a bit strong in the bump. Some of these shinier areas are probably a bit strong and things like that. But I mean, overall, as a finished piece, it's quite lovely.
Yeah. And this is I think this is Colin, I'm butchering your name, the person who made this. This is your first entry, so really good job.
Oh. And you really love the details and the coins inside of it, hey?
Yeah, I do. I mean, to me, I feel like maybe some of the coins shouldn't be as shiny because the thing is so dirty, but I could be wrong. The only thing I would say is, like you said, just the lighting, because I start to see some parts of it, but then you look at the actual reference and it's like so much brighter, which is fine if it's darker. You don't have to be 100% like it. It just, yeah. No, there's really good details in here. I like the texturing a lot. It looks good. Especially all like the little designs inside of it.
Yeah, this is gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fun.
And like little goblets and things. Yeah, there's a few extra bits and pieces that we didn't see in the others. So, no, good one. Okay. This guy. Oh, I loved this one.
Yeah, I thought that one's hilarious.
So I'll just cycle through like the images. So we've got, he's just adorable. I love him. So he's a little treasure chest monster. He's full of coins, as you noticed.
Yeah, that's what I thought was nice. Like, Gabriel, I think you did a really good job on this because at the very like I liked it, but then when I saw the last render and I could actually see coins in it, I was like, oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. Which ones? Let's see. Yeah, this one here. Like, this just sells it, hey, inside.
Yeah.
I think there's like little gems as well. Yeah, little gems and diamonds. Oh, I'd love to see the backstory of this one. Like, can you please write a story about this guy?
It's a good render because I like it's got a exactly. I think Stacy, you said it right. The difference in materials because it just has that. It's got that little glow vibrancy that's mashed up against the wear and tear, so it just feels good.
Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. Some sort of like transmission or subsurface going on. So some really advanced shading and stuff happening in there as well, to get that working and looking that good. In terms of the actual treasure chest itself, I mean the wood's pretty spot on. It's gorgeous. It's obviously stylized. That's what we're going for. I think the only thing that stands out is maybe some of the metal. I'm not sure what it is, but it appears a bit soft. soft, maybe like.
I think it's just too shiny. Like it needs to have
Yeah,
something broken up on the roughness map. Someone made or someone said it should be a little bit dirtier at the bottom. I'd agree on that. Like you have this wear and tear at the top, just moss and stuff, and the bottom, you can just make it like maybe the metal isn't so reflective in some parts. I think the top of it, the edging and stuff like that is more successful than the bottom. But overall, I mean, I still think it's fun because it's a stylized thing. So you kind of got this push and pull to the actual model itself. It feels like it's got like a nice little bulge on it.
Yeah, that's it. It's gorgeous. Just trying to think of anything else. I think, yeah, no. Great work. Everyone's digging this one. Check out the comments. Yeah, nice one. Does he have a name? Oh, I'll wait.
Bob.
Okay, this guy. So I thought this one really stood out to me, mostly because of the presentation, I'll be honest. I mean, the treasure chest is beautiful and it's sort of like, it's on par with some of the others, but I think this one was just presented really well. Like the sand is gorgeous. Some of the coins embedded in there, like, the depth of field going on, the just the overall presentation, really nice. So we'll go through, but I mean, like the wood and everything, I think the wood's lovely, maybe a bit more wear and tear. What do you think, Justin?
Well, I think the wood's nice. It just, I feel like my only issue with the wood is that it looks like was made from like reclaimed wood from like a room in like a fancy. Like to me, it looks like the render is great. I like it a lot. The presentation's great, but for me, I guess it looked like the wood was like the actual piece was from like a village shop in a beachfront place. Just because it looks like someone took like old pieces of wood and then made a little chest out of it that you'd buy over at like a fancy store. Which is fine. It's because there's no real like reason for any of the wear and tear. If I'm being, it just looks like it's kind of like random. It's not like the top is worn and then the bottom looks like it's new. It just looks like everything's kind of random. And the metal doesn't feel like it's got some. So it's like I think the model looks great and the metal looks great and the presentation for me and the rendering is what really sells it. But if I was like going to present this another way, I would have been like, hey, it's it's just a brand new fun, or just switch up some of the wood planking because it just you know what I mean. It just looks like something I'd buy at a fancy furniture store and throw like rugs or like blankets in.
No, I'm inclined to agree. It's definitely just too perfect for being buried in the sand. It definitely could do with a few more nicks and dents and chips and things like that, and just maybe a slightly different texture. But
I think the problem is if you go down to the bottom and I see the wood diffuse, it's almost like there should have been one base wood and then the other wood diffuse. Like you could have gone ahead and done like a blend material, so you could have like painted areas where you would have been like, oh hey, maybe this has a little chipped wood in the corners or edge on the top, and then have bigger flat areas where the wood hasn't been worn down like that, and it would have given me a place to have my eye rest more. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's a bit busy. And the metal is not like, hold on, let's have a look at your maps. Your metal's not responding like metal as well. Like when I check out the like these renders, like I think you need to tone down the bump that's happening. Like I wouldn't expect metal to be that crazy bumpy. It's quite flat. And it's because like metal's really hard to do. Like I'll be honest, it's one of the hardest materials to get looking right, especially like in terms of hard surface materials. It's all about subtlety, like being really soft and not going crazy with that bump. Like maybe like broad scale details are great, but those really fine, like if you look at a piece of metal, like it's never that crazy bumpy. It's usually quite smooth, and a lot of the details are in those like the micro scratches and things like that. And maybe like at the broader level, it would be like rust and like thick dirt, but never this bumpy. So just check that out. And also with your when you use a base color for metal, make sure it's quite high, like close to 1, because to me your color looks to be too dark and it's like sucking, like there's no light coming off it, there's no reflections. So just check that out and make sure that
go back to the other render real quick, because the one thing I figured out what's bothering it. One more, the one you were just on before.
This one.
That one. There's no normal or bump or reflection or roughness or anything on the wood. So that's what's making it. The wood feels very flat and kind of the same evenly. So it's that needs it. I think that's why the metal is sticking out as much as it is as well. So the wood, work on that, because the wood just feels very flat. Like the lighting and rendering and setups you have look great. You just need to tone down the noise and bumpiness on the metal, and then go to the wood, make it so it actually has like balance, and then add a normal like a height and roughness and metallic to the wood as well, because there could be some type of maybe it would not, might not be reflective, but it definitely needs like a normal or something on that, because it just looks so flat.
Yeah, you can see it here. Hey, like there's no specular breakup. Yeah, so yeah, wicked. All right, let's move on. This one. So this one was nice. This was more, like more of a varnished sort of chest.
Yeah.
I thought it was quite nice. Not really sure what this material it is, whether it's like a metal or a paint. So
yeah, it looks like flat, like it's missing that shininess that you're talking about before too.
Yeah, but like this is cool. Like there's quite a few. Oh look, I just noticed that. There's a little Easter egg in there. I love all the little rookies things that you guys are putting in. It's great. So good. Here we go.
The coin looks good too.
Yeah.
It's a nice render. You know, I think the same thing goes. Like it has like a little bit of varnish. It just needs, for this one, the wood's looking better. It just needs it needs a breakup in its actual, like the way that the reflections are hitting it. It needs a breakup on that, and then just maybe even a little normal map just to break up the surface so it doesn't feel so flat.
Yeah. Hey, but these chipping, like I'm really digging these little chips in the corners. Hey, I mean, to be honest, they probably make more sense if they were placed around the edge, not inside. But like, if you could get those chips and put them like here and maybe in the corners here, that's great, because they're really nice. Don't think this one had much of a breakdown. I think that's one of the reasons. Yeah. Let's have a look. Yeah. So I reckon for next time, definitely put a little bit more thought into your breakdown as well. Like I guess there's a reference image though. Hey, like we have references, which is good. Any more thoughts on this one, or move on?
Nope, I'm good.
All good. All right, this one. This is our final one. So this one was cool. This one. It was quite different. I loved all the different variations and the different colors that it came in.
Yeah. I like that it has a different silhouette, like the extra little details that are on there. Some of the lighting isn't really helping it. Like it's cool to have them open like that, but there's the one that really had the best lighting, so I could see details, wasn't that one?
This one?
That one. Yeah. So that one I can actually, I feel like there's some roundness in some of the edge of the metals, which makes it feel like it's tampered. I see some darker rust. I just can see some details, and it's got a good breakdown. I think the wood's a little bit too shiny. But this one I can at least see normal on it. So this one I would just tone on the shininess of the wood to that capacity. And, you know, I would have, if I'm being honest, I would have kept in presentation. I've been like, can you just close it or have it be closed and a little bit off-centered, or throw something in there just to break it up. Just having it open, you don't really need to do that. I just like the little like the chains look cool. The actual lock looks really cool, and I really am a fan of the metal hilt things on the top, and like those things on the side you just were pointing out. It feels like that it would be bolted down to the ground or bolted to something. So it's a nice touch.
It is really it's a really cool design. Like in terms of model, like, do we have a model render? Yeah, like if we had like a grey shaded model, like it would be really nice as well, purely for the model. Let's have a look at these maps. So I think the shininess is sticking out more so because the bump is so strong as well. So if we just lowered, like if this bump was reduced by 50%, I think already it would look a lot nicer. And then like you said, just like roughen it out a bit. If it was meant to be varnished, like it wouldn't be this, wouldn't expect something so shiny and so varnished to be so bumpy as well. So that's sort of what we're feeling. And I mean, personally, I quite like the light. I thought it was something different, but maybe like, I don't know, like an explanation of what the light source is, maybe like what is causing the light. I don't know, but it's really cool. And like a front version in this lighting as well.
That like, because I think that's the best lighting setup right there, is that one.
Yeah, so we got a comment saying as well, like with the purple lights, to give it a go without the purple.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, we've gone through them all. In terms of second and third, my thoughts, like for a top three, I've got this one. So like the Spanish chest, I think. Yeah, this guy here. So I've got this one down. I've got this one because, I mean, we spoke about a few points of improvement, but in terms of presentation, it was just beautiful. And this guy.
Yeah, I agree. If I were to say a runner-up, that would be the one we just looked at, Nor's. I thought, it just needs just a little bit more, and don't be afraid to bevel things. Like the one thing I'm seeing in your stuff, Nor, with the other ones, is you tend to go super low poly in some parts. Just give yourself the extra geometry. Like same with all of you. Like just give yourself the extra geometry. It looks good, even if you're doing like the mesh 3 smooth, which by the way I'm not a huge fan of. You're gonna add geometry, just bevel it or add it.
Yeah.
Because when you push mesh 3 smooth, all you're really doing is hitting smooth, and if you push smooth and leave it on there, you'd be surprised how much extra geometry you're actually adding that you don't need.
Exactly. Well, it's 3 subdivisions by default. You don't need it. So
yeah, exactly. So just give yourself the extra geometry and bevels edges, let it catch the light. But I think Nord stuff I'd put runner up. I would say the Spanish Mosh chest, cheddar chest. It's great. Presentation needs some work. Materials need some work. So I think that one would be third. Second one, I agree with you. The presentation looks great for the chest in the sand. I think all you have to do, I think that the tweaks on this one to update the wood texture and update the metal texture aren't going to be terribly long. And I feel like once you do that, it's going to be a very, really successful piece.
Yeah.
And I think hands down, the little gooey, globby dude, number one, just awesome. It's got so much character. It's different out there.
I agree. No, I'm super happy with those results. Oh, it's just so cute. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Let's. Awesome. Yeah, no, I'm really happy with that. So well done, everyone. Great work. Next week we have mobile phones, was it?
Yeah, actually, in mobile phones, I would suggest to everyone that's watching, don't. I know, like, someone might be like, well, I'm going to do an Apple iPhone or something like that. Go have fun with it. Do like a classic 80s phone, or even something from like the 90s. Things that have character, or where you can actually see them being put together, and like go nuts. Like have fun with that stuff. Like I would even venture to say like you can do like a beeper, or like, I don't know, there's just so many things you can kind of do that has like fun with it. Or maybe like if you're a scientist, like some mad scientist kid that made his own mobile phone because his parents wouldn't let him buy one. I don't know. So I'm always happy with but that's the kind of stuff you guys need to start thinking about too. Like I know like some of you are doing drills just to kind of like brush up and kind of like challenge yourself. But if the ones that are actually trying to throw character into stuff, that's the stuff that people like myself and Chrissie are looking for. Is ET phone home. Yeah, what if ET phone home had an actual like mobile phone? Just saying, like that stuff goes a long way. That's when you can really start to show off your personality, but also giving character to it, an inanimate object. That's huge. Anyone's going to want to hire you then.
I have a question for you. What does an 80s mobile phone look like?
It's just watch like Wolf of Wall Street or like not Wolf of Wall Street, like some old it's those really long big ones. Like I'll throw one up there. I think if you just go into ArtStation and type in like, I always like looking at those ones.
My first phone was a Nokia, and I used to just play Snake on it. And it was like a brick. It was about this big. So
yeah. Except for I got mine when I was like 24. Yeah, just look for like just that's what I would say, like just old school stuff. And in order to take part in the next challenge, ARX50Z, is that what you're saying? Just go to our Discord. Discord has all the information on there, and then there should be a link not too far up that is telling you about this information. But yeah, just join.
Wicked. Oh, flip phones. Oh, they were my nightmare. Anyway, sending me down memory lane now.
Exactly.
All right. I'm really excited to see your entries, guys. So, yeah, see you next week on Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah. So we're doing. Yeah. So we're doing Mondays from now on, just so you guys know. And the times were a little bit messy, like this week, next week, and probably because I'm in Chicago, daylight savings, and Australia. So
daylight savings is fun.
Yeah, it's great. But yeah, just pay attention to the drill stuff. And we do have someone fun coming on we do our 50th one that I'll tell you about after this.
Ooh, I don't know about it. You have to tell me.
I don't want to tell you. But yeah, all right. I'll talk to you all soon.
See you guys. Bye.